one. Shit. This is gonna make a lot of people mad, but I'll do the easy one. Like this is all of them at their prime. A second, what did I do? Okay, whatever, that's fine. Shit, this is actually kind of hard. I'm fucking drink right now, so this is really fucking hard. I think Prime Meras with full magic, he solos everyone. This is not accounting Merlin with full prep time, but I think he just solos everyone. Like, I don't know what anyone could really do about his original magic. Like, and it's not to say like the rest of the 6 of them are bad, because they're really good, but dude, original magic Meras is like fucking crazy. Like he makes like fucking like Tapioca's forms attack, and then he just throws it at people, and that's like horrifying. Like, yeah, like I actually don't even know like who's like that close. Like minus Chaos. Like I don't. If you don't count Chaos, I think the closest one is probably what's his name? Chaos. Like I don't. If you don't. Shit. Supreme Deity, Demon King. Maybe Prime Demon King and Supreme Deity. I think Prime Demon King and Prime Supreme Deity can beat him, but like that's still very hard. Like that's fucking crazy. Bond at number 2 might be kind of a hot take, or not really. I think Bond and Escanor are pretty close, but like if I feel like if you put both of them in a fight, I think Escanor wins. I mean, sorry, I think Bond wins, because like Bond, like there's like 2 things that I count towards this one. Like, first of all, if he could snatch all his power, then Escanor just gets fucked over time. But like again, Escanor has his own factor of like who decided that, and then he suddenly just wins for no reason. Another part is that like Escanor is a character that he just gets worse over time. Like you can say that about any character, which is true, but I think like he's one of the characters that like every fight that has to be with him has to be really short, or else he's just gonna suffer longer in the long run. And like Bond can absorb people's power, and also he's like even if you don't want to count that, he's like very durable. Like it's very hard to kill him. So yeah, I think like he can just outlast Escanor and just like wear him out. Like unironically, if he just sat there and did nothing, he might just wear out Escanor and then just like snap his neck or something. Merlin can be anywhere on this list. Like full prep time, Merlin's probably still number 2. Like she probably still loses to Original Magic Meliodas. That's just because like Merlin is really fucking smart, but so is Meliodas. Like I think people underrate his intelligence quite a bit, and it's probably because he acts like a fucking dumbass, and like people say, "Oh, just write him off and shit." But yeah, Merlin's very good, very smart, gets stronger as the battle goes on, which I think it's kind of the opposite of how Escanor functions. Escanor is a character that just he quote unquote gets worse as the battle goes on. So yeah, because like that shit just like wears him out. So yeah, I don't have too much to say about Merlin, but yeah, she's inconsistent too, so it's really hard to tell. So she could be number 7, and I it would like if you say just inconsistency and put number 7, that could kind of make sense. King number 5, King is good, but I think he's like slightly overrated. Like I don't think him beating Maya was honestly that. Is that I don't think it's that impressive that people think it is. Like it still is, but like that Mile was like having fucking midlife crisis and shit, and like he beat him like pretty bad, but like that Mile was almost dead. Like actually, Mile living through the 4 commandments is actually a fucking feat. That's how crazy it is. And like, okay, oh he beat him, but like, yeah, he's still good. I actually think the part where he almost the part where he shoots his Chasuble at I think it was Chasuble, right? Yeah, Chasuble at the original demon, and then he changed it and almost like almost eliminated him, which is really weird because the original demon should have used full counter, right? But he didn't for a reason, and then Zell just stopped it. So I think that attack might have actually sent original demon, like he might have killed him or sent him to the brink of death. So that I think it's kind of his best feat, but like we never saw what happened, so it's very hard to say what it would have done. Number 6 is Gopher. Gopher could be last as well. I can see an argument, and I wouldn't be too surprised if we put him as last. I think him and Deanne are just the two weakest ones. But Gopher is fucking scary, dude. Like Doll Gopher in the war, like he popped off, honestly. Like I think that like if I put a fight between Doll Gopher versus King, I think like there is a possibility that he can beat King like crazily. Like that's crazy, right? But like King is very good. Like very, very good. But like I just like he's good, but there's not much bad thing to say about it. I just think like King from an emotional perspective can he used to be really pissed off, right? Like he was just like not happy. He would have beef with like anyone he sees, which was pretty annoying, but he obviously changed that, so that's good. But like I can see like Gopher on a very good day and King on a very bad day lose to him. And that's not like it's like on paper it's like that you're not I'm not really counting power, which is true, but like um I'm not really counting power, but at the same time I just think like it should kind of matter in that case. Like because like you winning a fight does account for some power, right? So that's what I think in that sense. But again, yeah, like 9.9 times out of 10, King will probably win. Like maybe 9.8. That's like me just giving Gopher some props, but like Gopher's is one of those really scary characters. Like I think especially him, especially his creator. His creator was like definitely not the strongest, but he was one of the very scary character. Like he was like this guy wasn't really gonna win a lot of 1v1s, even though he will anyways. But but the main point is like when the stars align and it like everything just aligns to him, this guy is gonna be a problem. like and we saw the series like how everything just goes in the right way, just fucking goes crazy. So yeah, very good. I just think like Gopher, Gopher and Merlin are like the best support you can ask. Like these two, I think they shine better on a team than in a 1v1. And it's like they're still very scary in 1v1s because these two are like the smartest people of the group. So like even if you just want to ignore power in general, like these people can use like their brain to like fuck you up. And like I think the closest one is Melnas. But like yeah, very scary. These like Gopher, I actually don't know who's scarier, Gopher or Merlin, but I think Merlin is scarier by a little bit, but like that's like you don't want to deal with these people. Like if you see these people you want to just run. I mean run from it. But yeah, Deanna is powerful. Her kit is just so linear. I think she suffers the same case as Escanor, but the difference with Escanor is that he's just so strong that like he can be a I don't know if that's the right word, but he can kind of be like a one trick pony. If that makes sense. Like he can just kind of get away with just doing the same thing over and over again because like no one really has a counter for him, right? So very strong, very very strong, but hard to say. I don't really know what to say about the end. She's good. She's just like the worst. She's just the worst fighter in my opinion. But she can make some magic happen. I just think her emotional kind of fucks her up. Just gonna piss a lot of people off. Go for number one. On number two, and I kind of don't give a shit about the rest of these people. Maybe fuck. I don't know. This is hard. I don't really like Deanne that much. I just think she's just a really nice, wholesome person. King. Fuck. That are being interesting. Dude, I don't like any of these three characters. Now I think of it. Yeah. I don't know. This is fucking hard. Maybe I'll tweet this. This will maybe make people a bit less angry. Interchangeable. So honestly, 3 for 7 are kind of interchangeable for me, but I think I like the and King a little bit more than these three. Like Gopher is, yeah, Gopher is controversial. Like I think he's still very controversial to this day. So like I think Gopher, if you look at all he went through, it's probably better if you just look at his end goals. I'll say that much. I think he's a character that like it's about the journey, not the destination. Like he has a lot of good moments, he has a lot of weird moments. I think his worst moment was the one when he like wiped out the end memory another time, and like he was like because I felt like fucking doing it. It was a fucking menace. He just woke up and it was like, yeah, I'm gonna erase your memory because I feel like it. And like this dude fucking goes around and terrorizes kids. Like Gopher is a fucking weirdo. Like actually a weirdo. Like he traumatized Zeal, which is like Gila's younger brother. He fucking terrorized Tristan on his birthday. Like okay, here's the thing. Like Tristan was like he has his birthday, right? And then King was like, I think Deanne said something like, oh, this kid is kind of cute. And then like King was like, our kid is fucking cuter. Like who the fuck goes to a birthday party and says that to a 10-year-old kid? Like dude's 10. And then like Gopher was like, yo, I'm gonna show you what happened to your parents. And then he probably saw like his mom die like 106 times. Yeah, after on his 10th birthday, he just goes around and terrorizes people. Like Gopher just doesn't give a shit. I mean, he did, and I think like that's made him better. He's actually probably one of the most loyal member, if not the most loyal. I don't know, man. I don't know if the most loyal makes sense, but he's one of the most loyal. I'll say that much. Like he actually was willing to die for people. His friendship with Diane is underrated, and same with Escanor. Like people like to say Escanor this, Escanor that, but no one talked about his friendship with Gopher because he fucking took an L for him. Like that's like the most like honestly probably one of the most like selfless thing he has done. Like he just took an L because he felt like it. Yeah. Bond Bond's a really good friend, and honestly a very human character. And this is not just because like oh he's a human, but like he actually feels like someone that like you want to be friends with and someone that you want to talk with at times. A very good cook, pretty good development. I just think like the third thing that kind of sucks about Bond is that everything he went through like Meldas has like 100 times worse, and it felt like it kind of kills. I think it kills Meldas' side first of all because it's like dude, I don't know, man. Like the way like they did it, it's like the end. I mean, not the end. Fucking Elaine almost dying twice is kind of fucked up, and then it was like, oh, guess what? Elizabeth almost died 106 times. Like, wow, that's crazy. And it's not about like the number sometimes, even though it's pretty fucked up. But yeah, I just think that like it's like, oh, Metaside of Wars kind of messed it up a little bit. Also, people didn't like the Elaine Bond stuff, but like I also don't really care about that. Like I'm just like too tired to give an opinion on that. I just think like the relationship Bond and Elaine relationship is boring as fuck. Like every time like Elaine was like, oh we don't have to save me, and then Bond's like, it's okay, no matter what, I will make you my princess or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? Like we heard this like the 10th time already. Like I don't care if you say it again. But yeah. Deanne's just a pretty wholesome person. She's a she's not stupid, but she's a bit naive, and like I think her kind of triggering Elizabeth's memory kind of fucked her character up, and make people don't like her as much. But she's just a pretty nice person. I don't know what to really say. She's a bit, like, yeah. Her in season 1 was pretty cool, I guess, but don't really care about that. King in season 1 was a menace. Like this guy, like he would randomly wake up and just beat the shit out of anyone he sees. But I think, but yeah, I don't know. I hated like how King and Deanne didn't feel like deadly sins. They felt like a fucking couple, which is like, I mean, love stories and stories fine, but like, it felt like a lot of time, like Deanne just like she like devolved into like King's wife. That's all she felt like for like a lot of times, and like that's like such a discredit to her because like she's a lot more than that. But that's what she felt like a lot of time, in my opinion. But yeah, King has a lot of fucking issues too. Like Hellbrim died a total of 4 times, and King is responsible for 3 of those deaths. Like he's not a good friend, and he would always have beef with people. Like this guy would just get angry at like anyone. He always be suspicious and shit. Which is like like that's what like fucking Anne did. I mean like Anne did with like Sin, and she was asking questions. She was pissed, but like Anne reason fucking made sense. Like King had some reasons too, but like he would just get pissed all the time. He's like, "What the fuck?" and he was like get angry and just like attack people. But yeah, I think his fight versus Mayao showed like he finally stopped being so like hot headed. And I don't know why people think King is smart. King is okay. He's not that smart, but he's not dumb. He makes some dumbass decision too. Like how Derry makes some dumbass decision as well. Badass is a fucking asshole, but he's pretty interesting. Like, I don't know, like, fuck. I don't know what to say. Like this, Badass actually might be like I did a ranking of like who's like the biggest assholes in the series, and I put 1 and 2 Supreme Deity Demon King, and number 3 would be Badass. Like this guy like caused so much issues for everyone. Like, dude, like I don't know, like it's so hard to say about us. So, like he has a lot of cool moments, I'll say that, but like a lot of it is kind of painting him as a good person, even though like I mean the series doesn't say he's actually a good person, but like they still try to paint him as a hero, and that's like really far from like the truth because like he's arguably worse than Rudeso. I think he's worse than Rudeso, and like Rudeso like fucking massacres people. Like that's just that bad. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think hip using full counter a long time was kind of boring. It was cool a few times, and then he just used that same move over and over again. But yeah, Smelldust Assault was pretty cool. I like the one like he like beats the shit out of Zodras, Kusak, and Esterosa, and he felt cold. I was like, oh shit, this guy's back. And then like they didn't do much with that version of him. Merlin is I don't really give a shit about Merlin. I'll be honest. Like I think her fucking up Belly Island was kind of fucked up, but like she clearly just didn't really give a shit about anything. Just kind of did what she wanted for a lot of times. I think the reason why I have her like slightly lower is because like revealing that she like mailed us for a very long time, like that it didn't fucking do anything. Like it didn't do anything other than like, well, what the fuck? Like there's another person simping for us, and that's like what I felt from it. And like it kind of felt it kind of sucks for Escanor, but dude, it's gonna be I'm gonna piss so much people off listening to like me talking about like ripping at Escanor. Escanor is a really nice guy, but holy shit, I do not give a fuck about this character. I mean, I do, but like, I do not give a fuck about the who decided that when people say that shit over and over again. Like, oh, it was so bad every time. I'll say this. I like this character a lot more now because I feel like Escanor fans like learn that there's other animes and they just watch that and like praise the next character they think it's cool. Fuck. But yeah. Escanor is a really nice person. He's probably like him and Diane are probably the nicest person and like he's actually just a good person. Like I just don't there's nothing much to say. Like I guess like the worst thing to say like he causes damage to people, but like he actually cannot control it. Like he actually can't because like Sunshine's like a time bomb installed into him, and then in the middle of the day he becomes like those fucking car dealership like fucking inflatable balloons, and then he just gets really big and like everyone's like, whoa, fuck, this guy's very scary, and then he like beats the shit out of people. But yeah. Take more shots, so I guess say some dumber shit. But okay, this is some really hot take. I thought Escanor were for fucking incels. like the way he was set up, I thought it was like really nice guy suddenly gets powerful for no reason, and then like fucking gets over the standard every time, and then he will win anything. He can win anything but like the person he likes, and like the person he likes kind of gives a shit about him, and like. Dude, I thought it was like the most like fucking simp thing I saw, and I was like, dude, how cannot I cannot relate to him? I'm a fucking incel as well, and I was like, oh man. But yeah, like Escanor has a lot of fucking issues in terms of in terms of power scaling. Him and Mao existing fucked everything up. Like it didn't screw Mao over. It also screwed Escanor over. Like so I feel like say this every time, but Escanor is the worst human physically. Like the worst. He is awful when he's physical. Like terrible. And him being able to even stand up against the Indra in the later arcs is fucking stupid. He was on his dying breath and he's like, yo, I can fight this. Like, what? Like, he never trained or anything. Like, I guess he trained with Sunshine, but I don't know, man. So much pain. And like, I actually don't know how Escanor is better at physical than at magic because his physical form is shit. Like, it's so bad. Mao's supposed to be better than him at both of them, and like somehow they want Ultima was able to pass Escanor. I mean, was somehow pass Mao, and he was able to fight the Demon King. Like even if we think like Mao is the worst archangel for a reason, with how the graces are created, there is no way that the one Ultimate Escanor should ever be able to even touch the Demon King. The Demon King should sneeze and then he should die. Like it's like, oh, he uses life force. Life force of what? This guy lost a fucking torso. Like loses half his fucking body. He lost half his body against the Indra. Mile fucking healed him, and he's back now. Like honestly, that's the biggest Mile feat, if anything. And ironically, this is a Bio feat, not an Escanor feat. Funny enough, and Mao is also very competent at physical too. I'm gonna talk about his smile later, but Mao is actually really good at physical attack as well. Like he's just better at magic because his magic can fucking one shot people.